Before I consider to buy the GoPro Hero 10, is my GoPro Hero 7 still good enough? This is really one of the best places I can think of. Autumn is around the corner, but it's still warm. I just could jump right into the water. Water has always been my element, and I've always tried to find ways to film myself in, under, and above the water. I recently got interested in open water swimming, and I thought I could reactivate my vintage GoPro Hero 7 to video shoot myself swimming. The lake I'm swimming in is nature protected, and by German law it's not allowed to use any drones here. Ask two friends, one rowing a boat beside me and another one filming me. No, too complicated. Besides of my GoPro, I thought of two other cameras that came into question. A mini gimbal camera like my vintage Osmo Pocket, or one of my vintage 360 cams. Insta361, Rylo 360. Doesn't matter. This is how the weather can change easily here. Before I buy a new cam, I wanted to figure out which of these camera systems would fit my special needs. To be honest, I'm eyeing for the GoPro Hero 10. But even if you have one of these cameras, how is it even possible to film yourself while you swim? 3 years ago, I figured out a do-it-yourself solution. It is so simple. I basically took a really cheap foam bodyboard and installed a special GoPro bodyboard mount on it. And this is how funny it looks like when I pulled the bodyboard. By the way, when people ask me what I'm doing, I always tell them that I'm analyzing my swimming technique. For my very first shots, I mounted my GoPro with a simple mounting buckle. But I felt it was too near to the water. You couldn't barely see me. My first solution was to install an extension arm about 16.5 centimeters long, hoping that it would give me some kind of a fake drone shot. It looked okay, but for me it was not high enough to look like a wannabe drone shot, and from this perspective it sometimes seemed I didn't get nowhere fast. I looked for an in-between solution instead, not too high and not too flat. The solution was a combination of different mounts and extensions. As you can see, the waves I produce suggest speed, while I'm still visible. On this occasion, I added a mount for a 360 cam that could be easily replaced by a mount for the Osmo Pocket. This way I could shoot with two different cameras to make a comparison. Let's start with the Osmo Pocket and take a look at the footage for a couple of seconds. The Osmo Pocket had horizon leveling before GoPro introduced it for Hero 9. DJI usually calls it tilt-locked mode. Because of the small lens, it's less likely to be hit by water splash. The next sequence was shot on the Rylo 360. Even way before the Osmo Pocket and the GoPro, it was the first device that not only had horizon leveling, but also what GoPro's marketing team call gimbal-like stabilization, even before Insta360 came up with a flow state stabilization. And now, look at this. You can create epic 360 pans. What about the GoPro? You have so many options regarding the field of view and aspect ratio. I think the GoPro is unbeatable here. Maybe it's just me, but the color science is the most pleasant one. Now let's compare the GoPro with the Osmo Pocket. The Osmo Pocket looks really decent, given that it comes from a renowned drone company. Does the Osmo Pocket or the GoPro produce a more beautiful image? You decide. The Osmo Pocket has a fixed field of view, which is comparable to GoPro's linear view. But for me, the linear view doesn't capture the epic nature. Another problem with Osmo Pocket's tilt lock mode, it sometimes drifts away after a while. As I mentioned before, the tilt lock mode is really useful, but isn't an advantage anymore because GoPro introduced horizon leveling with the GoPro Hero 9. And the Osmo Pocket is not waterproof. It works on silent waters, as in this shot. In choppy waters, you need a waterproof case to protect it, but it could diminish the image quality. Now let's have a side-by-side look with the Rylo 360, representative for any 360 cam. As I mentioned, on a 360 cam you can capture your complete surroundings and create stunning camera movements in post-production. You don't even have to worry about the bodyboard drifting away because you can easily recenter yourself afterwards. Image quality, maybe you won't see any difference on little smartphones, but on the big screen it's obvious that a 360 cam at the same price level as the GoPro is significantly inferior. You guessed it already, I'm in favor of the GoPro because of the 4K resolution, because you have so many options with the field of view and, of course, the color science. But the GoPro isn't without downsides. Because of its bigger lens, it's prone to water splash, but I'm really curious how good the hydrophobic lens from the new GoPro Hero 10 repels water drops. Even in super view mode, the GoPro doesn't have the field of view of a 360 cam, and the GoPro is really bad in low-light situations. So, which of these cameras should you take? Well, depends on your purpose. Do you prefer an optical stabilizer that works better in low-light situations and have a look that is consistent with your DJI drone? Then go with the Osmo Pocket. Or do you want the freedom to reframe your shots in post-production? Then a 360 cam might be the better option. And if you want a foolproof device with the most video setting options combined with high image quality, then the GoPro is the way to go. Please like my video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification. By the way, what I didn't mention, you can also do this.